Well, we are here at Bristol Motor Speedway. This, of course, the new Northeast Tennessee Disaster Relief Center. This is important because this is where you can drop off your donations. It's also large enough so that major tractor trailers and semi-trucks can get in with needed supplies. It's also being coordinated to take those supplies to all of the communities in need. All right, we are here now with Kendra, and Kendra, I know seeing this operation already so brand new, but coming together so well here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah, we are very grateful to have the support of this local community here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. This is just like family, and that's what it feels like here, to be able to support all the families that are impacted in the 9 counties that are here in Tennessee that were impacted by the devastation of the storm that came through earlier in the weeks that we had.
And such a perfect location to do this. And I know Bristol Motor Speedway reached out, said, we want to help. What can we do? And this looks like the perfect facility.
It is. This facility here is located in the South Building on this campus. This building is 80,000 square feet. It's the perfect backdrop to be able to do what we are trying to do here, which is a coordinated response for resources. Unlike what some people are saying, this is not an effort to prevent people from taking resources to the areas that they want to help specifically. This, in fact, is an effort to help people coordinate those resources and keep people out of unsafe situations. Some of the impacted areas are not safe to get to. Some of those areas have highways that have been impacted or interstates that have been impacted. They have like 2-lane streets. So a semi-tractor trailer trying to access that area is not necessarily safe at this particular time. So what we wanted to do was try to come together, create an area that is safe to get to, allow people to drop off those donations and resources here, and then redistribute those to counties and neighborhoods, communities that need those resources.
And of course, I see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of people helping out. Inside, everything seems to be compartmentalized. I mean, there's a place for everything, and we even see that dedicated county support as well.
There is a category that is outlined for everything. We have things separated by county. We have things separated by a category of item. So if someone comes here and they say, I want this to go to a specific county, we are going to put that in that category for that county and make sure that that county gets that item. We want to make sure that these resources go where our community members want them to go. That is so important to us.
Yeah, so important. And then we also see, you said it's important because here we have room for these tractor trailers that are coming in with such needed supplies, and they're coming in with lots of it.
Yes, they can come in literally by the truckload. They can get here safely. There's lots of room here for us to be able to organize those supplies. We can track it. The other thing that's important to note is that whenever someone makes a request by county, there's no long form system that they have to go through to get approved to get those requests. We're not, justifying the need for that request. If somebody calls in and say, this is what we need and it's here, they're going to get what they need and what they ask for. Very simply, the property here has been so gracious in supporting all types of needs because the space is here, it's accessible, we can staff various things here, and so there are numerous resources that are set up here. And again, as one of our members here said, this is love into action, and that's what we're trying to do here, is to put love into action, and that's simply to set that up as a resource here.
We are still here at Bristol Motor Speedway at the same building on the other side, here outside the call center. Very familiar face, of course, Amanda Delp. And Amanda, we were with you earlier this week talking about the efforts happening in Unicoi County. You've now sort of been helping out with this call center that I understand is already doing what it's intended to do.
This call center has been remarkable. We came into an empty room. We're now set up with functioning phone lines. We've already taken probably 35, 40 phone calls in from folks wanting to bring donations into our region. They're wanting to volunteer time in our region, in our area. They're also calling for their needs. Just this morning, we were able to help 2 communities. We were able to get an airdrop of food into Rome Mountain in Carter County. We were able to get hot food and donations delivered to an 81-year-old shut-in resident in Unicoi County. Her daughter called from North Carolina. She's not able to go out and receive donations. So we were able to get in touch with a group that could go in, take her a hot meal, take her what she needed, and sit down and pray with her because that's what she asked for.
And so heartwarming, and I know this is what our viewers want to hear, that this is getting to the people, and obviously we're seeing they're on the phones right now, they're getting those calls.
If you look right now in the call center, every person sitting in there in the call center are local. This is local people helping local people, and we are so fortunate that we've had those TEMA representatives and those FEMA representatives come in and show us how to do this. We, by the grace of God, have never had to deal with a disaster like this in our area, so we don't know what to do. We had no idea to set up a call center. They were able to come in and bring the equipment and the supplies that we needed, but it will eventually be ran and coordinated by locals, and it still is if you look in the room.
Yeah, it's going to take all of us coming together, and we need help to be able to handle it of the magnitude that it is.
Yes, we most definitely need help. But, you know, again, I just can't stress enough how long this is going to take. With a lot of disasters, you come in and you start cleaning up debris and you kind of move on. And it's a quicker fix. But you look at the landscape and the terrain in the different communities, this is going to be a very long-term fix. It's going to take a while, and by making our efforts more regionalized instead of individual communities, I think we're going to be able to reach more people for assistance, for help, for volunteer, for donations. You know, and I think I said this to you on Monday when we talked, I hope people don't forget us. When this is no longer on the 6 o'clock news, that doesn't mean our needs are still not going to be there within our communities. And regional efforts like this will make sure those needs are being met long after it's no longer on the 6 o'clock news.
If you're looking to head over to BMS to drop off donations, the drop-off zone is located at the south entrance to the Speedway, and they will be open every day from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And make sure to pay attention to those digital message boards they have set up, which will direct you to where you can unload your donations. For more information, call the Northeast Tennessee Disaster Relief Center's hotline at this number right here, 423-830-2696.